Tomorrow, the company is holding a first aid lecture. I want my parents to accompany me. They always help look after the kids. It's time they learn some real skills. But they think first aid is just a scam to sell gauze. They say kids are bound to get hurt. No need to make a big deal out of it. Besides, we have a first aid kit at home. Why go to all that trouble? The next day, my wife received a postcard. First aid course, final notice. The sender was my ex-girlfriend. I hurriedly explained I knew nothing about it, afraid my wife would misunderstand. The entire class dozed off once the course began. Incredibly, the instructor lectured for nearly 2 hours. There's usually a break, but not this time. When the instructor handed out snacks, I choked on a grape. The instructor panicked and failed to help, and it was my wife who ultimately saved me. Yet several indifferent bystanders nearby actually laughed. As a man, having to rely on my wife for protection made me feel utterly useless. Unable to protect myself or safeguard my loved ones, my dignity crumbled completely, and I even began resenting my wife. This plunged me into deep self-doubt. To rebuild my confidence, my wife and colleagues planned a rescue drill, but I disappointed her again, tripping over something on the ground. I went from rescuer to rescued. Worse still, a colleague recorded the whole thing, uploaded it online. I became a laughingstock once more. After returning home, I watched the video over and over, my rage burning fiercely within me. My wife tried to comfort, saying no one would care, that only a few had seen it. She still urged me to let it go. Just then, a stranger burst into our home. I thought it was another one of my wife's pranks, but her face showed no trace of jest. I rushed over to investigate and discovered it was the very man who had mocked. My wife had knocked him unconscious with a shovel. I bound him and interrogated him. He confessed he'd just been released from prison. He'd set his sights on my mansion, my vulnerable wife, and my foolish husband, intending to rob us. But my wife had discovered the hidden postcard. I explained I'd hidden the postcards to spare her pain. After I apologized, she forgave me. Our bond grew stronger than ever.